Hello friends, welcome to my video on the Honor 7X. In this video I'll be talking about the camera of the Honor 7X, especially about the interface and the features that Honor provides. So first of all, let's get into the Honor's camera application. So right away, what you can see is the interface, and on the right hand side you can select between video, a photo and the last taken photo. And on the left hand side you have the option to change the front facing camera to the back and vice versa. Then you have an option to take the motion pictures. Then you have an option to take portrait, enable portrait mode, etc. So it will give a lot of blur. Then you can select the aperture mode, where you can select the aperture from 0.95 to f16. So this is not the actual aperture, it's just software simulation of those aperture, which doesn't really work well in my opinion. If you're familiar to my channel, I'm actually an enthusiast photographer, but yeah. Anyways, and here is the flash option. And if you go to the left section, you will be able to see a lot of options. So there are some BS options in here, which includes filters, the effects, which just have that, Snapchat like filters, which I absolutely hate. So I'll be skipping that. I'll also be skipping the filter, which has some predefined filters including black and white, etc. So I'll be just ignoring that. Apart from that, I'll be covering some others very important things. So first thing will be the Profoto Mode. So this is a very it's very intuitive, and at the same time there is a lot of depth to the manual photo mode. You can select the metering to center weighted and to spot metering. You can set ISO from 100 to 1600, so you can see, and also you can set the shutter speed from 1/4000 to 8 seconds. So you'll be wondering if this phone is capable of going as high as like 30 seconds or something. Actually there is an option, I will come that to you on later. Then there is exposure compensation from -4 eV to 4 eV. Autofocus, manual focus, continuous, single autofocus. There is a white balance setting. So this is not just any other white balance setting. There are presets, yes, but also you can select the actual temperature between 2800 Kelvin to 7000 Kelvin. So that is absolutely beautiful. It makes a lot of difference if you are into photography. If you know what you're doing, it makes a lot of difference in your photos. Selecting the white balance. So that is the Pro mode. It is absolutely amazing for someone like me, at least for photographers, I mean. So that is the Pro mode. And then you have the video mode, which I will be covering a bit later. Then you have HDR mode, which doesn't really do much in my opinion. Then there's a night shot, which I kind of avoid because it takes a lot of time to capture. But at the same time, here is what what is actually quite interesting. Here you can actually select the ISO from 100 to 1600, as you can see in the manual mode. Then there is also an option to select the shutter speed. So you can set it to auto. So if you're in a dark environment, the camera will take too long to take the shot. Or if you have a tripod and if you want to take the night sky, for that matter, if you're you want to take Milky Way, there is actually option to take 32-second shots, which is absolutely bonkers in my opinion. Actually, I don't understand why this the 32-second exposure is not given in the manual mode, I mean the Profoto mode. But anyway, if you want to shoot night shots, including the night sky, the Milky Way, you will have to select the night shot. Then another useful thing will be the light painting. So if you want to draw some things like if you want to do some light painting, etc. I hope you're familiar with light painting and everything. Go with light, write your name, etc. So like the shot I just showed you right now, if you want to do that, this will be a wonderful option. Then you have filters, effects. I will not cover that. Then what is really really intuitive and really useful is the document scan. So what this actually does is if you have a card or something like this, I have a card here. So if you have a card, you just show your camera. So what it does is it will automatically align that rectangle portion. You just have to click. So what it does is it will take the photo, and then you'll be getting exactly that card's photo, not anything else. So you can just save it right away. So it's really important. I think it's really good. So it says analyzing, so it is always searching for documents like this. I think it's very useful. So that is the camera interface when it comes to photos on the rear camera. Yep, and there is the of course there is the dual camera on the back, so I'll be showing you some examples on how to use them. What we have is a very quick as a model. Anyways, so go to wide aperture enabled, and enable wide aperture mode, and you can select the aperture level from 0.95 to 16, and you can take the shots. I don't use it, so anyways, whatever. So these are the useful camera modes in this phone, which I'm really impressed, especially considering the price range this phone is in. But I just hope they introduced an option to take raw photos, especially since they are advertising this as a camera phone. So raw photos will be an absolute boom for photographers at least. So now let's talk about the video recording capability. Okay, before that I just missed the fact that there is an option. If you go to the right, you can see the resolution, GPS, camera grid, object tracking, audio control, etc, etc. And also there is an option to adjust your image, which includes saturation, contrast, and brightness, which is a nice touch in my opinion. So coming back to the main interface, going to video, you can select Pro Video, and here we will have an option to change the metering, including center weighted and spot metering, electron compensation, autofocus, and manual focus. So here we can manually select focus. Absolutely beautiful in my opinion. And also here we have the presets, and also the Kelvin scale, where you can select the actual temperature. So this is the Pro Video, really good in my opinion, especially considering the price range. Then you have time lapse. Time lapse, the inclusion of time lapse itself is a great thing, but what I can't really understand is that the resolution is actually limited to 720p. I hope through an update they give an option to take 1080p time lapse videos, but anyways, let's see. Then we have an option called slow motion. This is great considering the price packet. There is 120 frames per second slow motion video recording capability, but the resolution is actually locked to 640 into 480, that is VGA resolution, which again I just hope the processor, the chipset can handle at least 720p resolution. So let's see if Honor and Huawei update this feature. And now let's take a look at the front-facing camera interface. So here is the interface itself. It's by default the portrait mode is enabled. I always switch it off, and even if we switch it off, it will re-enable it when you open the camera on your next try. So it didn't, but it usually does. So anyways, so in front-facing camera selfie mode, you have this wonderful feature called Panorama. So what it does is, you can just take a photo, then you can just align to the left and to the right. So what it does is, it will give you a much wider angle of where you are in. So I think this is one of the most underrated feature in a selfie camera, and Honor provides it, so it's actually really good. So there is panorama, there are filters, of course. Then there is also time lapse for front facing camera, which is, I don't know who uses it, but anyways, yeah. And then there are effects, which is absolutely bonkers in my opinion. Have this stupid but still, it's I don't like it. So those are the effects, and here you can select the resolution. You have touch to capture smile. You just have to smile, and it actually does a good job. Then there is gesture control. Just have to show your palm, and it will automatically take photo, which is actually quite nice. And there is also volume control, audio control. You just have to say cheese, but I tried. Maybe it's my pronunciation that rarely works. Then there is also there is an option to set white balance ISO, and there is also image adjustment. And this time around there is also compensation, which was actually a manual mode feature on the rear facing final camera. So this is the interface of the Honor 7X camera. I'm really impressed. I really like the phone. It's been absolutely brilliant through the week. The camera quality has been absolutely amazing. So the images and the photo quality will be given through the next video. So this was the interface video, and if you have any queries, please comment below. And if you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye. Bye.